So, this video is about what actually separates the business owners winning with AI from the ones who have been figuring it out for the last 2 years and still haven't moved a muscle. And the common belief is that it's a knowledge gap, that the people that are stuck they haven't learned enough yet. They haven't found the right tool, they haven't found the right course or the right workflow. They just need more time in research mode or learning Claude code, but that's not what I've seen inside real businesses. The operators who are actually extracting value from the AI, they're not the most technically sophisticated people. The gap, it's not knowledge, it's something completely different. And there are three things that I keep seeing that separate them from everyone else. So that's what this is. 3 observations for being inside these businesses. What each one is, why it's the actual problem, and how it shifts. I'm Nolan Grout. I help businesses implement real AI solutions into their existing systems, and AI currently pays my bills. I don't say that to brag. I say it so you know I'm not a guru just spewing some crap out there. This is real stuff that is actually working right now. So let's get into it. The first thing that I keep noticing, the operators who are winning right now stopped asking, which AI tool should I use, a long time ago. That question is everywhere right now. What platform is best? Should I be on this one or that one? What just dropped today? Or what are the big players using? And I get why it feels productive. It feels like due diligence. But the problem with that question is that it has no anchor. Without a specific problem to solve, comparing tools is kind of just collecting your options. And I've watched smart people collect options for multiple years while their competitors are quietly automating their lead follow-up and have never looked back. The tool question only has a right answer once you've identified the target. What is the most expensive problem in the operation right now? Whether that's in time, payroll, or revenue slipping through the cracks. That's the starting question. The tool comes after. The operators I've seen move the fastest, well, they came in with a target first. AI was just the thing they aimed it at. Completely different posture than the person who walks in with a toolbox and starts looking for the nails, right? But here's the thing. Even when operators find the right problem, there's still something that separates the ones who actually deploy real working AI solutions from the ones who keep stalling. And this is the real separation point. So the operators who have figured this out are not the ones who understood it the best. They're the ones with the highest tolerance for deploying something imperfect. Honestly, that's the actual gap. That's it. Because the reality of how this plays out inside a real business, you're never going to fully understand before using it. You need to start getting hands-on as soon as possible with an MVP, running beta tests, alpha tests, whatever you want to call it. Get your first 5-10 employees on, maybe just put your admins on or your managers, whatever you need to do to start using it as soon as possible. That is crucial because the moment of complete readiness, it never truly comes. The operators who are waiting and just waiting until it clicks, until they feel prepared, until they've done enough research or they're just going to be waiting a long time. I promise you, there's always going to be something else going on here to think about. And trust me, there's a lot to think about. So just start doing, right? The people in a business who feel the operational pain most acutely, that's who you need to get testing this, right? If it's your salesman and that's who you're trying to automate the salesman process, then you need to get them testing immediately. You need to get their feedback immediately, right? The ones who are living inside the broken workflow every single day, they usually aren't the ones who can actually authorize the fix though. And the people who can authorize the fix, they don't feel the pain directly enough to prioritize it. That gap exists in almost every high revenue business that I've walked into. So the businesses I've seen that get real return on investment from this, from any AI, well, they ran experiments while everybody else was just in a webinar, right? Or watching a YouTube video, learning more. They actually shipped something is what I'm trying to say. That was maybe 70% of where they wanted, maybe 50% of where they wanted, or 30%, but they got one feature out, right? They let it run. They saw what broke and they fixed it, or, well, most of the time they're hiring somebody to do this, but you get what I'm saying. We get it to deployment, we get it to MVP as quick as possible, start using it, see what breaks, fix it, right? Then after 3 months later, we'll have something working every single time. The first bar isn't perfect. The bar is, does this move or does this solve our problem? Now, the last one is the one that I think gets the least attention, and it's actually what holds everything else together. The operators who are winning, they aren't using AI as a strategy. They already have a strategy. AI is just the thing that's making it run faster, right? So I know this sounds obvious, but it completely changes how every decision gets made, because when AI becomes the strategy, when the goal is to AI everything or automate everything, what ends up happening is a bunch of impressive looking infrastructure that doesn't actually do anything, doesn't actually bring in any new revenue, right? And the goal of this is obviously to make more money. That's why we're here. That's why we're in business. So let's just get real for a second. Automations for the sake of automations, useless. Dashboards nobody looks at, useless. The operators who are actually moving the needle, they're chasing a number, they're chasing a problem to solve. Wherever the AI can help them hit things faster, more efficiently, they're using it. They're breaking down their current workflows into actual step-by-step processes. They're trying to think of it, okay, if this is what my salesman does every single time, how can I take maybe this one portion of their appointment setting and how can I automate that, right? You know, they're not trying to do it everywhere at first, but like everywhere else, they don't care about that. There's less fascination on new shiny features and just more ruthlessness in terms of how can we actually get this shit going. So the filter I keep seeing them use is pretty simple though. Does this make the business more money or give back meaningful time? And if yes, it stays. If it doesn't, screw it. Get it out of here. It doesn't matter how impressive it looks, how cool or shiny it is, or oh man, I love my new AI. If it's not making money or saving an immense amount of time, screw it. So the normal conversation that I have when I'm working with a business on this specifically is we kind of start with the number and not the tool. And what I mean by this is we're trying to figure out where the biggest number that we can take on is. Where's the highest leverage opportunity for us to automate? And I've talked about this in previous videos, but it's not about trying to automate everything at once. If you can take your sales cycle and break it down into different steps, right? There are several different steps to the sales cycle. Like I said, appointment setting is one of the steps. If you can automate just the appointment setting, cool. If you can automate even more granular than that, if you can automate the show up, like something to increase the show up rate, the reminders and everything like that, boom, let's start there. Okay, now that we have that, now we can add another component and complete the appointment setting feature. Does that make sense? I hope that's making sense. Anyways, if any of this seems like an interesting conversation that would be worth having for your business, there's a link in the description for you to click. All right, so to bring it all together, right? The operators who figured this out, they start with a problem. They have a concrete problem before even coming to AI. They ship the feature, the solution, before it's even fully ready, before it's polished up to get hands-on and testing it. And they don't confuse the technology for the strategy, right? Those three things, they keep showing up every single time that I look at who's actually moving the needle with this AI stuff and what's actually working right now. So anyways, it's not a knowledge gap. It's never been a knowledge gap. It's never been who's working harder, who's using this more than the other person, whatever. I don't think it was ever that. But yeah, anyways, if something landed here or hit home, then leave it in the comments because I'm curious what's showing up in your guys' business. And if you want to know what this looks like when it's getting deployed inside a real operation, there's more on the channel, or we could just talk directly. If you want to just learn how to kind of build some of these systems yourself, I've started a school community, so there's another link down there. Come join the community. I'm giving away some of my free business systems, as well as teaching people how to build actual tools that will move the needle for their business. And yeah, my name's Nolan. Do all the YouTube stuff, like, comment, subscribe, hit the hype button if you're still watching. Hype this thing up, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.